Hello everyone, welcome back to Homeo Academy. This side Dr. Shikha, and I am back again with a new podcast. But today I have come up with a very new topic. I'm not going to talk about materia. I'm here with my friend, that is Dr. Manvi Agarwal. And first of all, I really want to thank you, Dr. Manvi, that you are there.
Hello,
So,
Shikha.
how are you?
I'm good, Shikha. You tell.
I am also good. So all of you might be wondering that why I have welcomed Dr. Manvi and what we are going to talk today. So I had a poll on my Insta page that related to questions of your preparation for MD, and I thought why not to talk to someone who has an expertise in this field. She has scored All India rank 15 in the All India Ayush postgraduate entrance exam, and no wonder she has the expertise and she's more than capable to help us out over here. I welcome you, Dr. Manvi, and heartiest congratulations for getting such a great rank.
Thank you so much, Shikha.
So tell us about yourself to our listeners.
Hi guys, I'm Dr. Manvi Agarwal. I did my graduation from Dr. B.R. Sood Homeopathic Medical College in Delhi, and I dropped a year for preparation of AIA PGA 2020.
Guys, today we are going to talk all about how to prepare, what tips and tricks you will require to prepare for your PG exam, entrance exam. Dr. Manvi, I am very much thankful and grateful to you that you are helping me out, and as well as you are helping a lot of students who are currently juggling with the preparation of their entrance exams.
It's my pleasure, Dr. Shikha, to share my views, my points regarding the preparation with new upcoming homeopaths.
This year has been very tough for all of us, but you seriously scored such a great rank and you shined like a bright star. You literally made our college so proud.
Thank you, Shikha. This is so nice of you.
Okay, so let's start with the talk. So the very first thing which comes into mind of any of our student of BHM is that why MD, or is MD beneficial or not? And what are your thoughts, that should MD be pursued or not?
Yes, of course. In every field, higher education is beneficial, so does MD. And MD for me is a dream. As in our 5.5 BHMS program, we learn many things theoretically, but during MD period, we get clinical knowledge. And also for MD, also after MD, I can apply for different jobs like SRship, lecturer's jobs. Even in PhD jobs, MD doctors are preferred, as we all know.
So, according to you, MD should be pursued. So how you realize that you want to do MD? What was that main thought which poked you that you have to prepare so good and so hard for MD that you literally scored such a good position? There has to be some sort of motivation or inspiration behind you. And what was your aim behind studying?
Frankly, MD was my ambition, but during internship, I thought it is unachievable target. So, I dropped the idea. I never studied during internship period. After AIPGA 2019, I realized that it is not difficult, it is achievable. So, it's my hard work and determination, consistency, which is important to crack the entrance exam. And my aim is clear. I want to be a good homeopath. As my teachers always say, homeopathy never fails, but homeopath does. So, in my opinion, MD from colleges like National Institute of Homeopathy will be a path towards my...
What an inspirational thought you have, Dr. Manvi. I hope all the budding homeopaths will be listening to this, and all those who think of dropping the idea of MD or who think that MD is not beneficial, they will surely get motivated by your aim. So, tell us about what were the subjects you followed, or what subjects we or I need to follow if I really want to prepare for my MD, if I aim for next year exam 2021. So what subjects I need to just main focus on?
There are 12 subjects which everyone should follow, like anatomy, physiology, pathology, forensic medicine and toxicology, gynecology, obstetrics, surgery, medicine, and preventive and social medicine. These are 8 allied subjects which we studied during our BHMS time, and other 4 are main are homeopathic subjects, which we studied properly and throughout our BHMS program, like homeopathic pharmacy, homeopathic materia medica, organon of medicine, and homeopathic report.
Pretty much all the subjects of all years have been included in the preparation for our exam. Yes?
Yes.
What were the books you followed? Because I know that preparing for MD is altogether different that what we study during our exams, theory exams. So
I followed all notes books, not our textbook, which we studied during our BHMS program, except Allen's Keynote and Borik's Materia Medica. And for allied subjects, we studied many books like Davidson, Harrison, B.D. Chaurasia, A.K. Jain, but no need to touch these books at this time. You have to study minimum with concept making, like for allied subjects, except medicine. I studied Sure Success Magic Book. It notes, only notes. This book contains notes from all subjects. It is written by a allopathic doctor. So you have to study all other 7 subjects from this book with notes. We all know MCQs are equally important. For MCQ purpose, I followed AAA and Mudit Khanna All India book. Mudit Khanna has 2 books, Mudit Khanna Medicine book and All India book. And for medicine, I followed its medicine book. It contains notes and MCQs both.
We have to focus on MCQs a lot, right? We can't just dive into the theory books which we used to study earlier.
Yeah, by doing MCQ books, you can have 2 benefits. First, you can choose whether the topics you have to study, because not all the books, all the Harrison, all the anatomy you have to focus on. You have to just do some topics from each chapter which are going to be asked in AIA-PGA exams. And second benefit is you will know how to choose correct answer between similar options.
How smartly we can choose the answer? Only practice through MCQs can help us, right?
Yes, and for homeopathic subjects, homeopathic is equally important as we are homeopaths, and materia medica, homeopathic materia medica. It is, as Dr. Shikha Rajpal is teaching you a lot regarding materia medica. Follow her channel for this.
Thank you so much.
And Allen's Keynote. Shikha always mentioned about it. It is very important. And yes, it is important for your entrance exam. You have to follow this book thoroughly. Do each and every drug, whether it is asked in your BHMS syllabus or not. And Borik's Materia Medica, I did just Polycrest from them. So if you have interest and want to read maximum drugs, you can. But mainly do Polycrest drugs, introduction and lines which are written in italics.
So this is a smart way of studying you are helping us, right?
For Materia Medica, Crack the Entrance is also a good book. Success, all the 4 subjects are mentioned with notes and MCQs. You should read each and every line of this success notes, because organon, aphorisms, philosophies, all are given very good history, everything. And in Kaizen also, Kaizen's MCQs are nice. Previous year papers are good in Kaizen. So follow these books for MCQs.
You are helping us with smart tips, because I have seen many people just studying and they don't get so much ranks. And I have also seen people who have crammed Allen's Keynote, and I am shocked that I don't remember every symptoms of Allen's. How can they remember? Seriously, sometimes I do think. But here's the catch: you are helping us that we need to practice MCQ along with Allen's, right?
I still don't remember each and every word of Ellen. It is very difficult to learn, Ellen. I don't know. I respect those doctors who did.
Seriously, I do respect them because I seriously lacked that moment that I can't remember each and every symptom of Alan's keynote.
Because it's not about mugging up. It's about how smartly you differentiate between drugs.
That is something new, and thank you, Dr. Manvi, because this tip is, I think, going to burst the myth of many students that they have to cram whole of the Allens in order to clear any sort of exams. I think
many, even I thought the same.
See, so I was also thinking the same until you told me that no, you don't have to mug up whole of the Allens. And this is good. And I request one thing to you that you can share the list of books with me, and I will upload it on my page so that it helps everyone.
Surely, and it will be helpful for listeners too, because writing while listening is difficult. So I make a proper notes of the books and share it with you.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to upload it. And okay, now this is all about the books. Now tell us your schedule, how and when you started studying,
Yeah, I started my preparation in September 2019 for AIA PCA 2020. So I studied for 1 whole year.
Oh my God, seriously, it's a big year.
Yeah, it's like studying daily and making schedule again and again. Difficult time, but I crossed.
But that is what the consistency makes. You made it through your consistency and smart as well as hard work, right?
Yes.
That is something we need to, and everyone needs to focus if they want to crack and want to have a good rank in the exam.
Yeah, consistency, determination, persistency, these words everyone learns, everybody knows, but very difficult to follow. Ask me, very difficult to follow, because many festivals came, highs, moods, low moods, everything came in preparation. But you have to know that you can do it. Its most important thing is believe in yourself that you can do it. If you can't believe in yourself, then seriously it's unable to achieve any target. If you don't think I can walk, you can never walk. So it's as simple as that. From beginning, our parents, our family members taught us, believe in yourself. So even for entrance exam, believe in yourself.
You gave something that happened to you, because people think those who clear the rank, who get top ranks, they don't feel low, they don't get demotivated, or they don't feel they don't want to give up, because it is not easy for everyone, right? Everyone has those lows and downs the day they want to give up, but still you held up, you did your best, and kudos to you for that.
Thank you, Dr. Shikha. Actually, everybody knows the height we achieved. Nobody thinks what we suffered. So everyone suffered, everyone had lows and everything. But you have to shine. You have to shine. Focus on your goal.
Because we are born to shine, right?
Yes, we are born to shine, and everybody is born to shine.
Yes, that's the truth. So tell us about your schedule. So what strategies you planned, and how you planned your days to your months to your year, that how you have to complete the whole bunch of syllabus, how you balanced your allied subjects along with homeopathic subjects.
Okay. Now I am telling you about, listen this carefully. I divided each subject according to time I have. I divided each subject according to time. So I made a proper schedule from a day to a month. Then when my schedule is achieved, then I made other. Likewise, I planned my 1 month, then second, then third.
Okay.
This schedule, I divided my subjects. Like I did 1 homeopathic subject, 1 allied subject, materia medica, and medicine daily, and some previous year question papers. Earlier, I used to study notes and MCQs from the subjects, and when my syllabus is completed first, I started doing previous year questions and MCQs. These are very important.
So this is how you plan balancing your allied and your homeopathic subjects.
Because in this way, we can achieve our maximum time, our maximum goal in minimum time. Because we have a ocean full of syllabus and we have minimum time to complete maximum things. So you have to make your schedule. Without schedule, you can't achieve any target.
Tell me the number of hours you study, because everyone says you have to sit for 20 hours, you need to study every day, only then you can clear up, that kind of hype that makes everyone, fearful that how can I sit and study for 20 hours?
When I started my preparation, I studied for just 6 to 8 hours.
Oh my god, seriously, only 6 to 8 hours?
Yeah. And then I gradually increased my time to 8 to 10 hours. I never studied more than 10 hours a day. I dropped a year, but still I never studied more than 10 hours a day because but these 10 hours are very focused. I never use my mobile phone, any gadget during my study. It's not like studying for 6 hours, but during this time I am using my phone, I am busy on something. These 6 hours are my focused study time.
Okay, so you gave your 100% or I should say 200% to your study hours.
Yeah. Because distractions will make difficult to remember things and complete your day target.
That I really know because I haven't seen your Instagram since a year, and now after your exam I have seen you that you are on Instagram. You were not active on even WhatsApp too. So
I switched off my phone too. So okay. No Insta, no Facebook, no mobile phone during my preparation.
That is, that requires a lot of effort to do, because today's time phone is the biggest distraction. And that is the reason I switched to this podcast. I told you that YouTube is the biggest distraction we have.
Seriously, it is.
So this was your strategy, and you took any sort of coaching for your exams? Because at present I am hearing and watching and even listening to people that they have taken coaching for 6 months long down the period and spend a lot of money, and then they have cracked. So did you took any sort of coaching for your exams?
Yeah, I took coaching like video lectures of Mediguru online teachers and test series of Pulse Coaching Center and Homeocure. But mainly, it's all about self-study. I prepared from my notes and MCQs because we have to focus on concept making. So in my point of view, test series from any coaching center is good and you should join it.
We should join the test series, right?
Yeah, test series is very important. You should never miss test series.
Why test series is important? Many people have been wondering that why should we take up so many tests?
Because in this way you can know where you are standing in other homeopaths, in other students. Because during your final exam, you have to compete with them only. So when I started test series examinations, earlier I secured hardly 30% marks, hardly 35% marks. Then likewise, I came to know my weakness, my strength during these papers, after giving these exams. After that, I focused on those subjects more. So in this way, you can see your progress after test series.
Okay, so test series is important for us to groom ourselves, to see where we stand.
Yes. It's very important for these purposes.
And, I think I will be uploading a post regarding the coaching classes you took. So you kindly share with us the coaching classes which you find they are useful and you attended or you took it yourself, and I will share with all of them, all of the students out there. Okay, so now.
I will share.
Okay, so I got to know that this year in the exam 2020 of All India entrance exam, PG entrance exam, there was a little bit, or say a lot of tricky questions involved. That a lot of assertion reasoning questions were there, and which were a surprise to so many people, and people were complaining that the paper was very tough.
Yes, Dr. Shikha, when I literally saw the question paper, I feel like again assertion and reasoning, match the following. What is going on? I'm giving AIA PGET exam or an UPSC exam. It's not MD exam. Literally, it took my brain. Totally took my brain. I don't know how, when and how they changed the pattern totally. So, my opinion is that in this totally different exams or this, one thing is always helpful. That's your concept. Because these conceptual questions are very easy. Seriously, very easy. Everybody knows it is difficult to answer between these, which one is correct, which is incorrect. But just one term, one sentence, you can get that this is wrong if you know the concept. So trick is simple. If you learn the concept, not just mugging up, you can find the correct answer. And during finding the correct answer, first thing is eliminate the incorrect. Which is the incorrect one. Eliminate it first, then choose most appropriate correct answer among the left ones.
Also, Dr. Manvi, kindly help us to know that how we should study for MCQ, because studying MCQ is also an art. I got to know through one of my friend. You know about her. She also cracked the exam. She told me that studying MCQ is altogether a different art. You just can't mug up a MCQ.
Yes. Actually, in MCQ questions, there are many right questions. Basically, it is always given most appropriate correct answers. Maybe all four are correct, but you have to choose most appropriate correct answer. So, when you practice MCQs, you know that for this question, A is correct, but you have no idea about B, C, D. You should read about B, C, D. Maybe in next exam or in your exam, question will be asked from B, C, D question, not from A. So in this way, you will cover 4 topics. One which you know and 3 others which you can easily know if you focus on it. If you skipped it, it will be a difficult situation if you get a question from other 3 options.
This is something I think she also helped me. She also told me the same thing, that we have to study all the options of MCQ, not just a single option which is the correct one.
Yes.
Okay. So also one of the question I frequently get to know that how much weightage the allied part of the exam consists and how much to the homeopathic part. Is there any fixed weightage or fixed focus?
Actually, earlier people used to study homeopathic subjects and crack the exam. But now, scenario is totally different. 70% in my exam, it is about 70% allied and 30% homeopathic subjects. So 12 subjects has equal weightage. Each and every subject, not just homeopathic subject, because for us being homeopaths, homeopathic subjects are easy. We focus on them. We study those subjects 8 hours a day and half an hour for allied. But you can't crack entrance exam in this way.
Okay.
That's why divide your schedule according to both.
So also there are students from first year, second year, third year and final year asking me and that, ma'am, should we start studying for our entrance exam in third year or final year? What's your say in this thing?
During these years, you should focus on subjects you have at that time, like third year syllabus, your fourth year BHMS syllabus, and it will be a great help for your preparation afterwards. And start your preparation after final year exam. You have plenty of time during your internship and before AIA PGET 2020. You can easily do all the syllabus in this time.
You mentioned earlier that you have a good job opportunities after MD,
Yeah, I mentioned those.
People, so females or males, they can think of MD as an option because there are more job opportunities after MD, right?
Yes, I can give you some more suggestions from myself. And as I said, believe in yourself. You can do it for sure. Write on your table, on your wall. You can do easily. You have to be focused. Start with your favorite subjects you like to do, you like to study. It will help you in boosting your confidence during preparation or starting preparation.
Dr. Manvi, any sort of the quick tips or tricks, the smart things which nobody knows, that the secret to score such a good rank. Any tips, any things you want to help us out with?
MCQs repeatedly. It's not solving 10 books one time. Solve one book 10 times. You can remember, you can learn every time new MCQs from the same book. So do these things. Now as pattern changed, you have to study all these subjects, and persistence is important, I said earlier.
Dr. Manvi, like we are recording this today and we know that UPSC exam is on our head, So any differences that you have to prepare in, what are the differences in the preparation for UPSC exams and your MD entrance exams? Any differences?
Main difference is UPSC exams are more clinical oriented. When you go through previous papers, it is more clinic diagnostic based, treatment based questions, and earlier in AIA PGAT exams, maximum straightforward questions are asked. But in this year, many clinical questions were also asked in AIA PGAT exam. So, in my opinion, you have to study maximum things, maximum topics conceptually in both exams. But UPSC is somehow more difficult because material is asked mainly from Boring, not LN. As in AIA PGAT, it is asked. Prepare well for UPSC. All the best to all who are going to prepare for UPSC and any other exam, mainly AIPGS 2021.
Okay, thank you. I'm thinking now, you have boosted me to a level that I'm also thinking that I should also once in my life try for the exam and start preparing seriously.
Yes, everyone should do at least prepare for once. I am not telling you to drop years and something. Give exam for first, because after 10-20 years, if you have a regret that maybe I prepared and I cracked MD or now, but after 10-20 years, it is difficult to think about it again.
Thank you for your tip. I'm surely going to try this year now. Hopefully my motivation stays that I try, because you have boosted me like anything, because I think your energy is literally very much affecting me and boosting me, and I hope that your words are definitely going to affect other people too.
Thank you, Shikha.
Because I know the day you entered the college and you had a talk with interns, everyone became so charged up that they were like eager to study again.
Yes. I actually want to thank my some teachers, some colleagues who helped me out, like Dr. Sunil. She told me how to study, how to start preparation. My one doctor from Nehru University College, Dr. Nisha Kumari, she told me how to study. These things actually they're like I am helping you to how to start. Otherwise, when you started, the path will create automatically. But difficulty is initiation. So start your preparation. And forward you will know how to get your target. Just start.
Okay. Also, Dr. Manvi, I was very much curious to know that, there is the last month preparation we talk about before our exams, So what you did in the last week or last 10 days or the last month just before your exams? Anything new you did?
No. Just revision. Last whole month is revision. Revise your all notes, revise your all MCQs. I divided my last month in 3 parts. 15 days, 1 week and 1 week. Matlab 15 days, 7 days, 7 days. In first 15 days, I revised my whole syllabus. Then in the next 7 days, I revised again my whole syllabus, including MCQs, which I can revise. Because it is difficult to revise all MCQs. So, difficult one, I revised. And in the last 7 days, I revised my whole syllabus in first 4 days. Then 2 days, and the last day, maximum notes I revised. Last
Wow.
day. You can say that in last month I revised my whole syllabus at least 4 to 5 times.
That is something very huge. Covering all of your 4-year syllabus in 4 to 5 times in just a month is something very huge.
Because I studied properly each and every subject earlier. So when you learn or revise all things earlier, so it is easy to read it again and again in the last month. That's why I'm asking you to make concepts. Because when you know, you will read like, this is practical studies, in this is this, and your page is completed. And you move to next topic. In this way, when your whole book is completed, you even don't know during your revision time. But when you are started learning, it is very difficult to complete one single book. I'm telling you.
That is something everyone undergoes. Now, reading is not so easy. Everyone goes through lows and down period. So, from where did you get your motivation? When you felt low, or you felt demotivated, or you felt, I don't want to study, how you charged yourself up?
I wrote #NIH on my table and Dr. Manvi Agarwal, DHMA, MD. This is my big motivation that in future MD will be with my name. So every time I get low, I look at my wall. NIH, NIH. You will definitely get NIH. You will definitely get NIH. Focus. Stay focused. Don't think about anything else. And MD was my ambition, so I keep motivated myself. I used to see some motivational videos and some planning apps, etc. But ultimately, you have to tell yourself that keep motivated. So, in this way, you can be motivated in your low time.
So, how your colleagues, your friends, and your family supported you all through a year? Because a year is something very huge. And above all, the coronavirus situation, I think it might have caused a lot of distress to you and to all others who appeared this year.
Yeah, actually, we even don't know the date of our exam. It's like it is in July or August or September. So it is very difficult to study without even a date. When your exam is going to help. My friends, my group study is very important. If you are doing internship, you should prepare with your friends. I prepared with my friends on phone call because we can't meet during this pandemic time. So they helped me a lot during my preparation, and my family and my friends are support system for me. When I feel low, they always say, just relax, watch TV. I used to see many movies during my preparation.
That's so relaxing to hear.
Many movies. I used to watch TVs like during night, 1 a.m. till 2 a.m. I'm TV freak. So I used to watch movies. But it's okay to watch a movie because it's important to relax your mind. If you are studying thoroughly, then you should give your a break in 15 days or in 7 days. When your brain says it's over, you can't retain anymore. So just leave your books. Even leave the thought that you have exam. Just enjoy the moment you have with movies or friends. Go out. Do whatever you want to do during your relaxation time.
Okay, so you gave quite a good idea that you don't, that is like you can't keep your head in books all through the day, right? That is surely not the way to study smartly.
Yeah, it will surely lead to some other problems like depression and all. So don't do.
So we need to have a balance with enjoyment as well as a focused study, right?
Yeah. When you are studying, you are studying. When you are not studying, you are not studying. It's not a path or connection in between these two times. If you are studying and enjoying, you can't enjoy. So, and even you can't study. So, they make your timetable, separate your hours of enjoyment and studying. It is easy for you and it not create a lot of burden on you.
Also, Dr. Manvi, tell us one small thing, that there are a lot of students who are in their internship or who in future will be in their internship and will be listening to the podcast or to the audio or to this video or on YouTube or any other platform where it will be uploaded. And so what you tell them how they can balance their internship period along with the studies they have to do?
In my point of view, you guys, after your internship hours, you have 3 to 4 hours study time. You should study daily in these 3 to 4 hours. It's not like if you study today for 6 to 8 hours, then you pick up your books after 6 to 8 days. No. Study for 2 hours, 3 hours. How much time you have, you can study, but be persistent. If you study for 3 to 4 hours daily for 1 whole year, then it is enough for you too. So stay focused.
That
you
is
know what you have to study. If you don't know what you have to study, it will be more time wasting for you in planning every day. So when you plan your schedule for a whole month, it is easier because not on every day you wake up like what to study today. It is very difficult to know what to study today. So plan yourself for whole month. You know what to study today then.
This is something I think it will be helpful to all of them who are thinking of pursuing or giving the exam next year and they are currently in their internships. Thank you for this important tip because I have seen many people asking the same question again and again.
Okay.
Yeah, this was a big concern for many people, that how they can balance their internship period, their duties along with the studies.
If I had idea, I must have studied during my internship.
You did study. I remember. I remember.
I just wasted my whole year in enjoyment, in doing everything which is irrelevant. So
still you enjoyed that moment. It was a beautiful period.
But I wasted my 1.5 year too.
Yeah. Still you can remember it as a sweet memory of your life.
Yeah.
And you made me, also I want to tell people, you made me a lot of healthy food, I remember.
Yeah, actually I concentrated on reducing weight instead of after study.
I was the one who was helping her out to increase the weight and she was the one helping me out decrease the weight.
Yeah, but I gained all weight during my preparation. So
that is something, it's bound to happen. We have to sit and study. So how you took care of your health even, because the whole day you have to sit and study, that could have led to some bad or negative effects on your health.
Exercise is a good health tip. Even I did Om chanting during my preparation and exercise, half an hour exercise, 1 hour exercise. It will increase adrenaline rush in your body and help you to reduce your stress, because after this much mental exertion, you can't even sleep after this much mental exertion if you can't do any sort of physical work. So exercise and physical exertion is important equally. So plan yourself. 30 minutes is enough.
So you need to take care of your health also. Just stress is going to...
meditation is difficult for me, so I do Om chanting.
That's okay. You gave a good tip to all those who can't meditate, that Om chanting is very good.
Yes.
Yeah, Om chanting brings a lot of peace to me as well. Whenever I am stressed, I do also follow Om chanting. Or what I do is I open up any sort of relaxing music on YouTube and just sit down without touching the phone.
This will calm your mind.
Yeah, it helps a lot. Sometimes
Yes.
you're too down, right? I think everyone can relate to this. Any other thing you want to tell us, anything else you feel that it is important for others or me to know in order to prepare for the next year exam?
I covered maximum topics and maximum things with you guys, and just
The
start
main thing is like,
preparation. Just start preparation today. There is tomorrow never comes. So start your preparation today. After you listen this podcast, if you want to prepare, start your preparation today, not tomorrow. Because
so,
tomorrow you will forget all these things and you will be like, shall I prepare or not? Start your
yeah,
preparation
the
today.
question, the self-doubt always arises that can we do it or not, or can we not do it?
Yeah.
So,
Make yourself clear about it. You want to do or not. If you want to do, start.
any future aim or you have your goal of, in future you have that you are hoping or you will take admission with that aim in the new postgraduate in your MD? Any aim you have or any, dream you have you want to fulfill for yourself?
After my MD, I decided to open up my clinic. And so just waiting for these 3 years, then I will start my clinical practice.
Very best for your, upcoming counseling as well as the upcoming UPSC exam and your dream of opening a clinic too.
Thank you so much.
And
Dr.
hopefully in future, I can see your clinic in Delhi and I can proudly say that, you are my colleague.
I'm wishing you a lot of success, Dr. Shikha.
Thank you so
You are
much.
doing a lot for other homeopaths, new budding homeopaths. Very good initiative. I came to know about your channel during my preparation and I literally thought, nice, because many people think that they should do something, they can do this and that, but nobody initiated. So you initiated something very good. So I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. This was just my mind working out through the lockdown that I was having some, in Hindi we say khurafati dimag, that I was craving because lockdown was very stressful for me. I had nothing to do and was getting bored out of studying the same thing. So that was something my mind poked up and I came up with sudden new idea. And initially I felt so absurd that who's going to listen, and and suddenly now I feel that no, it was something that I just acted out on my impulse.
Very nice. You can see you started something and everyone is appreciating.
Yeah.
Follow Dr. Shikha. Simply follow
Thank you
Dr.
so much.
Shikha Rajpal.
Thank you.
Her channel Homeo Academy.
Go
through each and every podcast because everyone has time. It's like what you want to do.
Yeah. That is your priorities are important now. That is something.
Exactly. Priorities and decisions you chose for yourself.
So Dr. Manvi, thank you. Any particular subject you feel that you'll be a good lecturer, because in future I can contact you that Dr. Manvi, come out to my channel and just start teaching.
Give me some time. I will take medicine. Yeah, sure. I'll take medicine. I like to medicine.
So I have, guys, my future teacher ready for all of you. That is Dr. Manvi Agarwal for medicine.
So practice of medicine is a nice subject. If I get MD in it, so PS. No. Practice of medicine. Preventive and social medicine. Very boring.
That was what I was thinking. My mind was going PSM. Okay, it's quite
no. Practice of medicine is good. I can teach this subject to in your channel. If I will have time, so I can.
Definitely. Don't worry. Once a month lectures will be all okay. Everyone will be very much, curious and eager to learn from you because you have explained everything so good. And I think all of the questions you have answered. And thank you, Dr.
Anybody
Manvi.
can crack from listening this. Our motive is achieved. So please
That is my
research.
motive too, that I felt that people don't know how to study, where to follow, what to do. That was the
Exactly,
reason I
exactly.
approached you, and you agreed, and I was on the top floor that she agreed. I'm so happy that we can help the students.
Dr. Shika, you are so helping. So how can I say no to you? It
No,
is
I'm
very
not.
difficult to say no to such a good soul.
Thank you so much. She's just flattering me, guys. ठीक है, it's okay.
No, 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 no. I'm just telling you truth, guys.
I really thank you, Dr. Manvi, for joining us today and helping each and every one of us. I wish you all the very best for future.
Thank you, Dr. Chika. And if you want any other suggestions, you can contact me anytime.
So, guys, this was all about today's podcast. Hope all of you have heard Dr. Manvi Agarwal and all your questions have been answered. And for more such podcasts in future, because I'm going to contact many other people other than listen to the drugs on Materia Medica as you have been listening. Thank you, guys. We'll meet you soon with a very new remedy or with a very new podcast.